Welcome into Phenix City, Alabama, the Auto Hour Sports Complex, as we're getting ready for this consolation game between the Midwest Plains and Southwest. Hello everybody, Jared Dillard joining me in the, I will say studio, at the table with a tent. It will be Aiden Kowalski. Aiden, we're chugging along here in the Calvert Continue World Series. Consolation game between Southwest and the Midwest Plains, starting off in just a couple of moments. What have we seen so far throughout the tournament? What's been the highlight? I guess I can already know your answer already.
You know, it's really not even about baseball at this point. It's more how the weather cooperates throughout this tournament. Of course, the first few days it's been kind of monsoon, torrential rain showers throughout the day. We've had at least 2 hours of delay, of course, the first 3 days. And then bracket play, we've had our first smooth day, really with not too much in the way. Of course, we had that little 30-minute delay in game 3 of the day at the start of bracket play. But, you know, it should be interesting to see kind of how, as the weather starts to cooperate, as this tournament continues, to see in bracket play how these teams are favored now given the more ideal conditions here.
Yeah, it's about a good, I was like 85 degrees, probably feels like 90 right now as we reach the middle of the day. About 12:30 local time, Eastern time here in Phenix City, Alabama. Right now the weather looks like it will cooperate for the moment, as those storm showers that were expected early in the morning are kind of moved out the way, and so far, blue sky, a couple clouds, not bad. It's a perfect day for baseball.
85 degrees, you know, humidity 68%, but it really doesn't feel all that bad.
Nice little breeze also, cooling us off. Granted, we are sitting under our umbrella, so.
You know, that always is nice. But, you know, if you're a fan here and you do have a tent, I'll tell you, it's going to be a pretty nice day for some baseball.
As the Midwest Plains will be leading off. And we are ready to go. Here's the first pitch. In there for a called strike. For the Midwest Plains, had a tough loss, 9-1 against against North Carolina yesterday. Next pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. For Southwest, they lost on a walk-off in the bottom 6 to Idaho, losing 4-3. That's how these two teams ended up where they're at today. But that one's going to be up high for ball 1. Give you the current defensive alignment for Southwest. In left field is Mayat, center field Pickford, right field Shelton. Mosley will be your third baseman, followed by Reed at short, Riley at second, Kennedy at first. McRee is your catcher, and your pitcher for today will be Lee. Lee's next pitch, hit to second base. Riley picks it up, throw it to first to Kennedy for the first out of the inning.
Jake Lee there, the pitcher for Southwest, doing a great job of filling up the zone. 4 pitches just to get his first guy out there. Really what you want to look out there and see from him today is him really throwing these first pitch strikes and getting ahead on hitters.
That was Matthew Dick that was up for Midwest Plains, grounding out to first. Up next will be Zinker. First pitch misses for ball 1.
Now, of course, this is the loser's bracket, so the winner of this game will be moving on to Field 1 tomorrow to play at 12:30. That's the first game of the day.
Next pitch, had to duck down and get out of the way of that one. And that count is now 2-0.
And, of course, the loser will go home in this double elimination format.
Next pitch will get him right on the back. But Zinker looks to be okay. Will caught down to first, and they got to run off first with 1 out.
Hey, come on now, G.
Yeah, Lee buzzing the tower on 0-1 there, and then coming inside once again to catch Zenker on the behind.
Grady Peterson will be coming up for the Midwest Plains. Zinker stands off first after getting nailed in the lower back. I ain't gonna feel good for right now. Probably get some ice when he heads back to the dugout.
Nah, these kids are tough, Jared. I think they don't need it.
First pitch to Peterson. He's down low for a ball.
They need one here, Grady. Come on now, bud.
The 1-0. Down low again for ball 2.
Hey, pick a little spot here.
Fans trying to rally on Peterson. Move Zinker over in the scoring position. That next pitch will be fouled off to the backstop.
Hey, now you gotta fight, Grady. Come on now.
They figure in there for a called strike. Count is now 2-2 to Peterson. Next pitch. A swing and a miss. Kind of stretching for that one. And it'll be out number 2.
Great curveball there from Lee on the bump there. A big 2-2 pitch there. And they get a big strikeout for the second out here.
That pitch is up high, gets away from the catcher McCree, and Zinker will be over to second base.
Lee buzzing the tower again to Lashovsky.
Lashovsky standing in with a 1-0 count. Zinker moving over to second, runner in scoring position with 2 outs. That one up above the head again for ball 2.
Let's go, Ollie. Come on, bud.
So Lee having early control issues. So as the manager walks out to the mound, Aiden, what are you talking to your pitcher right here? Early in the first inning.
Honestly, at this point, you're not going to be taking him out. It's just out there to calm him down. He knows that,
What would you be saying to him right now?
Honestly, the way he's looking at it, you just want to stay within yourself. Try to pitch down low. And maybe, I don't know, he's kind of pointing at his shoulder. I don't know if he's having a bit of an arm issue there on the mound, but we'll kind of see how this game continues.
I mean, we are in the 5th day here in the Conference Continue World Series. A lot of these players may be feeling a little bit of wear and tear. Won't be surprised there's a little bit of tightness in that arm. Next pitch is 2-0. Pulled back, that'll be ball 3.
And do note that was Jake's dad, head coach of the Southwest team.
Next pitch will watch it going there. It'll get past McCree. And Zinker is on his way to third base. So 2 pass ball situations. And Zinker moves from first all the way to third. And there's 2 outs, 3-1 count for Lashovsky.
So there you go, prime example there. Just little mishaps from McRee behind the plate and moving a runner to the third.
Lashovsky will hit that one in a deep left field, but it'll be caught by Mayat for the 3rd out of the inning. We'll keep it here to give you an update on what's going on here in the Conference Continue World Series. Let's talk about a couple of games that went final yesterday and give you an update of the bracket and what to expect. So we talked about Idaho and North Carolina getting big wins over the Midwest Plains and Southwest and how they ended up here. Later in the day, New Jersey defeated Ohio Valley 7-3 to advance, and Connecticut won 4-1 over New England. Pacific Southwest defeated Indiana 8-2, and Alabama got a big win over Pacific Northwest 9-3. To close out today, California defeated Southeast 12-5, and in the biggest upset of the day, Phenix City, the host team, falls to Middle Atlanta. Middle Atlanta picking up their first win in the whole tournament over one of the best teams in Phenix City. And so now, going to about 5:30 local time, you'll be able to catch Idaho and North Carolina, and also New Jersey and Connecticut. Those games will be going on CTVBeam and YouTube Live. And then later in the night for the nightcap, Pacific Southwest traveling all the way from Hawaii to take on Alabama, and then California will take on the underdogs in Middle Atlantic.
And that game between Middle Atlantic and Phenix City, man, that was a fun one last night, Jared, to cap things off for day 4 here.
That was a fun one. A lot of chaos ensuing toward the end of the game.
Hernandez with 9 strikeouts in only 3 innings pitched. That was impressive, recording most of his outs by the K.
Really came in and threw hard. And it's a great Middle Atlantic team. It just had trouble with pitching and pool play. Kind of got them where they were at. They were run-ruled back-to-back times to close out pool play. So it was really, so to be fair for Middle Atlantic, they got a team in Phenix City who was a great team. But Phenix City didn't really put up a lot of runs. They would like to get out ahead early and then use that defense to kind of just stymie the other team. But the defense made so many errors for Phenix City that they weren't able to come back from it.
Yeah, mark that 4 errors for Phenix City that game. That's really uncharacteristic of the home team here in this tournament.
So Rowan Riley will be up for Southwest to lead off the bottom of the first inning.
Play some D now.
First pitch is up high for a ball. The current defensive alignment for the Midwest Plains, Polka Breck is in left, Peterson in center, and Mapes in right. Next pitch in there for a called strike. His catcher today will be Tolfason. The pitcher, Matson. Over at third base is Kalinsky. Wachowski's at short, Zinker at second, and Dick at first. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 2. Matson doing a great job finding that one down low.
Jared, I don't know if you saw Riley's cleats there, but very patriotic of him. I believe some quotes from the Declaration of Independence on the heel.
Getting a few patriotic points with the red, white, and blue cleats coming in. Riley will pop that one out of play. And we'll do it again with the 1-2 count.
They're just curious, what game is this for you? Because I got here 2 days late and you had to announce the first 2 days of pool play.
Let's see, if we're on day number 5. I'm on game number 16 right now.
All right.
It's been a long one. That one's up high for a ball. Count moves to 2-2. So if you hear my voice start to go out, take a wild guess of what caused that.
As this will be my 9th game of the tournament here.
The 2-2, Riley will hit that one in left field, and that will be caught by Polka Breck for the first out of the inning.
Number 2, Jake Lee.
So the pitcher, Jake Lee, coming out to bat for Southwest. As Matson got his first fly ball out of the game. Let's see if he'll be able to continue that sort of momentum. First pitch down low for a called ball. Next pitch up above the head for ball 2.
Lee, the tall righty for the Southwest team. Definitely looking to do some damage and helping himself out in his cause for his pitching.
Lee drives that one down the third base side, and that's just barely foul. Thought it may call a little bit of chalk down the third base line.
Straighten that one out, young man. You'll have yourself a double.
Definitely could have been a double, triple, maybe if Lee has the wheels on him.
Keep coming now, 3.
The 2-1. Lee will bloop that one, and it falls into shallow center field. Now it'll be a single. Zinker was trying to track that one from second base, but it's just that right amount of power for Lee, and he finds his way on base.
Yeah, good pitch there by Matson on the outside corner. Lee doing a good job staying with it and just getting light contact and poking that one into shallow center.
Sullivan reads up to the box. First pitch. Got that around the knees for a ball, or excuse me, for a strike.
You got this, 3.
That one up high around the eyes.
Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. I watched a video last night when I think it was Jim Nance in an interview on how his stretch of the Final Four of the Masters and then right into NFL games, as that pitch is fouled off. It's kind of interesting how he has a stretch similar to what we're doing here and how his voice kind of dies out throughout that, and how the Masters is how he has to rebound, and really that's his most favorite tournament to call.
I can't imagine he's at the same tone that we're at for these baseball games. I mean, it's golf. That was enough for strike two. The count is now 2-2.
I'm not talking about the same significance, of course, but I mean just the amount of games that he has to call, the Final Four, and then heading straight into the Masters that very next week, and then, of course, jumping right into the NFL season after that.
That one's going to be pump foul. Count will stay at 2-2.
And almost his own March Madness from a broadcasting standpoint.
On a man on first. Next pitch. Reed will hit that one deep into center field. Back goes Peterson, and it'll be gone. So it's a 2-run shot for Reed.
As he misses the first base bag there.
Hey, when you're up just trying to track the ball, see if it's going over, you're going to miss first base from time to time. But either way, he's going to try home, and Southwest takes an early 2-0 lead on a 2-shot home run of Reed to center field.
Sullivan, Reed there, that kind of looked like a pop fly to center, but I don't know if there's any wind up there, but that thing just kept carrying and carrying for the first home run of the day here.
We have number 31.
Yeah, when he hit it, it really just seemed like it would kind of die in center field, but Peterson just kept tracking back and back and back. Then he just got to the wall and just kind of just was put over the fence. As Peterson's okay.
Number 31.
Into the wall back there.
Rylan Kennedy.
As Rylan Kennedy is coming up. First pitch. That one misses for a ball. So it's a 1-0 count with 2 outs. Or excuse me, with 1 out. As Kenny takes a big swing at that for strike one.
Is this West Fargo? The defensive team, is that West Fargo?
It's Midwest Plains.
Yeah, but we have 2 teams from the Midwest Plains. We have West Fargo and we have Idaho.
As Kennedy will hit that one way up, and that will be caught by the third baseman, and Klinsky. 42nd out of the inning. Cody Pickford coming up for Southwest as they lead 2-0. First pitch, and hit that one into center field, and Peterson will catch that one for the 3rd out of the inning. Southwest take the 2-0 lead after a big shot by Reed over center field as we'll head to the top of the 2nd inning. We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll come back. We'll have more Cairo Continue World Series Baseball here on CTVBeam and YouTube Live.
Is that Irish?
First pitch hit over to second base, or to first, and that'll be the first out of the inning. One pitch, and you gotta get your first out. That's how they want to do it.
And a new pitcher in the game for the Southwest team in Colt Shelton. Jake Lee going 1 inning and ending at 17 pitches, striking out 1 and allowing no hits on no runs.
Yeah, a little bit of changes. So Lee's gonna move over to second base. Riley's in center field as Pickford slides over to right field. Excuse me, Riley's in center field as Pickford moves over to right field.
And kind of interesting there. I'm not sure what happened with Jake Lee the last inning, but maybe just some arm soreness here kind of on day 5 of this tournament. It makes sense. These kids are starting to get tired a little bit, and it's starting to show here in bracket play.
So Polka Break is up next. He watches that one fall on there first strike. Next pitch is Polka Break. Drive that one down the right, the left field side. It'll fall foul. Polka Break basing an 0-2 from Shelton. A swing and a miss for strike 3. And Shelton quickly with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning.
At bat, number 17.
Soklinski coming up the bat. First pitch up high and on the eyes for ball 1.
It's going now 1-7.
Everything happens on two.
Next pitch is Pokemon drives that one into left field. Driving attempt by Matt, but he'll miss. So Pokemon will be safe at second base. Rounding for third, and he's safe. So great job, 2 outs. Pokemon sending that one left field. A diving attempt by Matt. They're not able to get it. And the Midwest Flames have a runner on third as Mates coming up next.
Holkerbeck flying around second base. Way to stretch that into a triple, young man. Here with 2 outs, giving Mapes a great chance of bringing in the first run of this ball game for the Midwest Plains team.
First pitch on the outside of the Mapes for ball 1. So we're going to miss for strike 1. So 1-1 to Mapes. And runner on third base. Southwest leads 2-0. Midwest Plains is trying to chip into the lead. As Mapes tips that one, that'll be strike 2.
And that looked like a knuckle curve from the grip I saw Shelton had on that ball. That was kind of an interesting pitch. You usually don't see those around this age, but some late break nevertheless.
That one down low, just past the catcher. And this one will be safe at home. No play, and the Midwest Plains has the first run today. Great job by Klinsky all around with the hit and just keeping his head on the swivel, getting around second or third, and coming home on the wild pitch.
Klinsky, of course, on that triple, stretching that double into a triple, really had the advantage here. Now Midwest Plains has their first run.
2-2. Nathan fouled the one off. So 2-2, 2 outs. As Southwest leads 2-1 over the Midwest Plains. Nate's got the one to the gap, and that'll be a single. So a great piece of hitting by the Midwest Plains. Back-to-back big hits. And so look to keep the rally going.
That was a great piece of hitting there by Mapes, letting the ball get deep on him and driving that one to right field.
Attaboy, lefty!
Up next, number 1, Brody.
Keep it going now,
So Brody Tolfenson coming up to bat with a runner on first. Tolfenson will drive that one into the outfield. Outfield is charging, and that'll be caught by pitcher for the third out of the inning, but not before a run comes home for the Midwest Plains, and they're only down one as we head to the bottom of the second inning. An update on a game going on behind us. That's also on CTVBeam and YouTube Live with New England and Ohio Valley. They're in the top of the third inning, still tied at 0 as New England's coming up to bat. Those two games, the winner of both of these games between Southwest, Midwest Plains, Ohio Valley, and New England will be going on to the August 5th to tomorrow, another 12:30 round of games. And they'll be playing losers from games from the winners bracket later today.
And of course, that's where you see in the losers bracket the format of it, as the winner of this game takes on the loser of round 2 in the winners bracket, as we see here. So an interesting format, nevertheless. I'm not sure if I totally like that. You know, once you have your first elimination, you can't advance to the World Series final. And of course, there would just be one more game that would have to be played if that format were to stay true and you wanted to do a double elimination the true way.
Coming up next after these round of games will be Indiana and Pacific Northwest. That game will be on field 1 right here. Aiden and myself will be commentating. And over on field 2 will be Southeast and the host Phenix City. Phenix City taking a tough loss yesterday. It was the only game that really didn't go the way that the record said that it would. Mid-Atlantic not getting any win in pool play, facing one of the best teams, if not the best team, the host city of Phenix City. And Mid-Atlantic come away with a big 5-2 victory. As we get ready for the bottom of the second inning.
Now batting, number 27, Jackson McRee.
Jackson McRee, the catcher for Southwest, stepping into the box, facing Matson. First pitch, and therefore a called strike.
6, 7, and 8 hitters here up for the Midwest.
McRee will hit that one, pops it into left field, and that'll be caught by Polkerbeck for the first out of the inning.
Polkerbeck didn't even really have to move on that one. Just kind of camped right under it and made the easy catch.
Up next, number 21, Stephen Bowler.
Stephen Bowler, the next batter for Southwest.
I'm sorry.
First pitch up high for ball 1. As the wind continues to pick up as next pitch is done and around the waist for strike 1. Drives that one over to short. Sapolsky not able to come up with it. And
now
that would be a single.
That was just off the leather there by Lashovsky. Almost a great play turned in by the shortstop. But instead, it'll be a runner on first.
Number 18, Brody.
Brody Mayer coming up for Southwest. He's a runner on first and 1 out. Great job by Tolfenson, stopping that one in front of him. They took him there for called strike. The 1-1 as Mayo drive the one in the right field. Now they're caught by Mate for the second out of the inning.
Hudson Mapes, along with a lot of outfielders I've been seeing this tournament early on, were taking their first step in, misplaying a lot of balls hit in the outfield, but now they're kind of settling in, getting used to this style of play in this field.
First pitch Thought about it for a second, but it'll be a called strike.
So now the errors are more made in the infield outside rather than the outfield.
Kyler Mosley facing the 0-1. In there. This is for ball one. Count moves to 1-1.
Tolleson calling for the inside heat.
That one bounces, and a great job by Tolleson to stop that one. Throw over to second. And he's safe. Lost the ball, lost his glove. With the shortstop in Lachovsky.
I actually didn't know who was receiving the ball there at second base, whether it was going to be the shortstop Lachovsky or Zanker, the second baseman there for the Midwest Plains team. They both had their gloves up in the air and both near the second base bag.
For a second, it'll be a great throw out. Instead, we'll do it again. That ball's blocked. Great job by Tolleson. The count is now 3-1.
And now that stolen base ever so important for this Southwest team, as a base hit will drive a run in.
The 3-1 count. In there for a call strike. Full count, 2 outs. And that one's going to hit off of Mosley. And he's going to take his base. Second batter we've seen take one off the spine. Can't feel good, but they'll trot down to first. Runners on first and second with 2 outs.
At the bat, we have number 34, Colt Shilton.
So we're on first and second, 2 outs, and Colt Shelton coming out the bat. First pitch in there for a strike. Next pitch in there for a ball.
So the coach for the Midwest Plains team trying to shift his outfielders over to the left side, expecting a pull.
That one hit down to second, throw to first, and that'll be the third out of the inning. So the Midwest Plains gets out of a little bit of jam at the end of the second inning. As we head to the top of the third, when we come back, we'll have more Count Continue World Series Baseball here on CTVBeam and YouTube Live.
This scoreboard is all out of whack. They're not even counting up there. Are they still doing 2.5-hour games? Let's go. Ball's in! Ball's in! Hustle out there, guys! Hustle! Get your position! It should be right. But the camera. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, wait, I don't know why I said yeah, I'm on camera. Don't trust me. I'm always ready.
Number 3.
Welcome back to Phenix City, Alabama. As Trace Matson, the pitcher for the Midwest Plains, is due up here in the top of the third. First pitch up high, swinging a miss for strike one.
Colt Shelton, not the starter of this game for the Southwest. That was Jake Lee back in the first inning. He left, I believe, with shoulder issues.
Next pitch, Matson misses for a strike 2.
Or shoulder soreness, if I can rephrase that.
The 0-2, Matson dribbles that one down the first base side. It'll go foul. So he'll come back and try to do it again. The 0-2, and Matson will foul one off to the right side. Trying to protect the plate, the 0-2. A swing and a miss for a strikeout. And Shelton puts down the first batter here in the third inning.
Number 7, Matthew Dick.
So back to the top of the lineup for the Midwest Plains and Matthew Dick. First pitch, down in the dirt for a ball. In the first inning, Dick grounded out. Looking to change up his luck. The 1-0, he'll drive that one into center field. And there he goes, just like that. Getting his first base hit of the day, a single.
Great, good piece of hitting there. He just didn't make the most solid contact, but enough just to get that ball in the outfield grass and have himself a single here with one out in the third.
First pitch, Zinker to his bunt, puts it down the third base line. Third baseman and Mosley charging, throw over to first to get him. Dick can move over to second. And that'll be 2 outs in the inning.
Mosley turning in a nice bare-handed play there.
Hey, line drive somewhere, G. Come on now, bud.
On a great bunt to move Dick over to second.
Peterson stands in with 2 outs. First pitch to be fouled off. And if you're Peterson's situation, you need another run. How do you try to protect the plate from Shelton, a new pitcher that you haven't seen yet today?
Honestly, it's the same approach as any other 0-2 count you're in. You just got to fight.
Next pitch up high for 1-1.
Nothing you can really do anything close. You don't want to give it up to the discretion of the umpire.
Try to see if he checks that bottom part of the zone. Kind of goes there. And Peterson hits it down the third base side. Pitch around third. And he is safe on an RBI double by Peterson. We're all tied up 2 apiece here on the top of the third inning.
Hey, need him, Oliver. Come on now.
It's the top of the hour here in Phenix City, Alabama. And it's 87 degrees, so the day getting ever so warmer on this partly cloudy day.
Tied at 2, runner on second. First pitch misses for a ball. Kosowski up the bat. Flew out to left field his last time up. Next pitch, he'll hit that one over to short. Refield it, throw over to first, and he's out. But not before the Midwest Plains ties it up at 2 as we'll head to the bottom of the third inning. Give you an update on the game going on in field 2. New England, Ohio Valley, they got themselves a good game going in the top of the fourth. It's still 0-0, and there's no hits at all. So, nice game going on in field 2.
You know, it kind of started out similar to the one last night between Middle Atlantic and Phenix City over there on field 2. You know, both teams a no-hitter through 3 innings, and then the scoring got started, of course, in that top of the 4th inning. So, it should be interesting to see how that game develops throughout the day.
Aiden, what do you expect to see from the Midwest Plains as they try to manufacture this comeback?
Well, for the Midwest Plains, I mean, it is tied up right now. So, I mean, they're just going to want to keep trying to get base runners on base, try to move runners over, kind of play some ABC baseball here in any way possible. If you can just kind of move on here in the losers bracket, hey, it's still a prideful thing if you can get all the way to August 8th, and that's, I believe, on a Thursday here in Phenix City.
Ironman champion.
And you'll be the Ironman champion if you can get all that way in the loser's bracket.
It's a long World Series.
It is.
He's gonna,
Especially for the umpire.
It's a long World Series for everybody. For us, production crew, umpires. They're the one out there in long pants and they're burning up. Can't imagine.
I just want to give a big shout out to our production crew. Toy Guard just kind of leading everyone. Of course, the rest of the guys there, and it's just really great to have them here, and just kind of putting on a show for everyone in attendance as well as at home watching on your TV.
Lots of fun. We get to sit under an umbrella, drinking some ice cold water. So we're definitely not feeling the brunt of it right now.
No complaining here. No complaining here.
No complaining here. The Midwest Plains making a couple of changes. And so we'll have a new pitcher as Heinrich is coming in to pitch for the Midwest Plains. Just a little bit of a pitching change. We'll get to the bottom of the third inning. Coming up for Southwest will be the top of their lineup in Riley. So Riley flew out his last time up in the first inning.
Number 7, Rowan Riley.
First base to Riley. Bounces in for a ball. As Field 2 is getting excited over there with some Journey playing. As Riley shows bunt, pulls back, and that'll be ball 2. The 2-0. Shows bunt, pulls back. That's in there for a call strike. Two, 1. And Heinrich battles back to get the count even at 2. Count moves full. Raleigh trying to protect the plate, trying to get that lead-off batter on base. Southwest got to get a couple of runs to get back in front of the Midwest Plains. Riley hits that one hard at third base. Kunske comes up, throws it to first, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Loniski, a good play to his left there on that ground ball from Riley.
2, Jake Lee.
Makes a strong throw over to first. You know, that's what's kind of really surprised me first coming here watching these 10-year-olds play baseball. They're some of the best in the country, and to see how strong their arms are, it's actually pretty impressive to me.
Jake Lee is at bat. He singled his last time up.
Jake Lee, of course, the starting pitcher for the Southwest, only going 1 inning and coming out for shoulder problems, but still in this game to hit. As he's 1 for 1.
And Lee took a hard swing on that one. Count moves to 1-1.
Lee way out in front of that curveball by Henrik.
The 1-1 that's down low in the dirt. The ball 2. And you don't want to walk Lee because there's a dangerous bat sitting on deck for the Southwest. And that's going to be ball 3, 3-1. Up next will be Sullivan Reed, who took a 2-run shot over the center field wall. And as the Southwest got on the board with their 2 runs. Since then, has been held in check by the Midwest Plains. So 3-1 As Lee will hit that one high in the center field. That'll be caught by Peterson for the second out of the inning.
Up next, number 17, Sullivan Reed.
Sullivan Reed. Big shot in the earlier in the game.
That was in the bottom of the first. It looks like they're going to walk him here. Not a bad decision with 2 outs.
I do not blame that at all after what happened last time.
And that's what's kind of nice. When you do have 2 outs, you can take those kind of chances here, especially early on in this game. You don't want to surrender anything free, especially to a power hitter in Reed, who now stands on first.
So Kennedy's up next. In there for a called strike. Kennedy flew out his last time up in the first inning. So 0-1, and that'll be fouled off to the backstop. And quickly in the hole, 0-2.
A little bit of a hit and run going on there. Reed was taken off from first base there after the swing from Kennedy. Now the goal of a hit and run there is just to hit the ball on the ground to the right or left side.
0-2, hit over to short. Throw to second. They get the fourth, and that'll be the third out of the inning. That'll do it for the bottom of the third, as we are tied 2-2. Head to the top of the fourth. The Midwest Plains looking to take the lead. We'll have more of the Cal Ripken 10U World Series Baseball Tournament here on CTVBeam and YouTube Live.
Up back from Midwest, we have number 6, Braden Peterson.
Welcome back inside the Cal Ripken 10U World Series as the Midwest Plains is up the bat. They're going to try to make some noise in the top of the fourth inning. First pitch, down low for a ball. Gustafson's up. In the second inning, he grounded out second base. The 1-0. Gustafson hits that one in the gap, and that'll be a single. A leadoff single for Gustafson to lead off the top of the fourth. And the Midwest Plains, their bats starting to rally off a couple of hits in there, here and there, and they're trying to get some things going.
The Midwest. Of course, that's their first leadoff man of the game so far. So we'll see what kind of things they can do here in the top half of the fourth inning.
Polka break is up, and he'll hit that one in the left field, and that one's gonna fall. That's gonna be some trouble, as Gustafson will hold up at second. So back-to-back singles, and the Midwest Plains coming alive. So, Phenix coming up for the Midwest Plains.
And it looks like there will be a pitching change.
There'll be a pitching change for Southwest. An update on Kalinsky, they didn't label it as a triple. So it's not a double and then reaching on or advancing. It did go down as a triple for him. So a pitching change, a little bit of sportsmanship right there from Polkabreck at first, coming out and giving the simple fist bump to Shelton. Shelton's done an amazing job on the mound. The Southwest, we've been making a couple of changes, and we'll get those to you as they come in. An update between New England and Ohio Valley. Bottom of the fourth, still tied at 0. But Ohio Valley with runners on first and second with 2 outs. Trying to get a run across. New England still without a hit as they're going to the top of the 5th looking for anything.
And we'll keep you updated on that throughout the first 2 games of today's matchups.
So just to give you an update on what's going on with this game. Tied at 2 between the Southwest and the Midwest Plains. Whoever wins will move on to tomorrow, a 12:30 game. And whoever loses, well, their time here in Phenix City will be done. The winner of this game will take on the loser of Idaho and North Carolina in the winner's bracket. That game later today at 5:30 local time, Eastern time. Idaho with a walk-off win in the bottom 6 over Southwest. Could have been a different story. Could have been Idaho in the situation. They pulled together a miraculous bottom 6 inning, and they're on to take on one of the top teams in the World Series in North Carolina. Aiden, I was talking to you before the game, and I was saying out of the 8 teams left that can win the World Series, I'm really liking Connecticut and Alabama. Alabama knows how to put up a ton of runs, and they got some pretty good pitching behind them. Connecticut is kind of also the same as Alabama. They can score a lot of the runs, but they're more of the defensive heavy, we can shut you out kind of pitching as well.
It'll be interesting to see who moves on. I try to keep my predictions limited because I know, if I start to make any bold statements here and there, people are going to start coming to us and saying, oh, you said this, you said that. So we have to be careful making too many predictions here. But I just want to give a quick scouting report on Kennedy, the hard-throwing righty for the Southwest team. Just a simple fastball, curveball kind of guy. See him pounding the zone here.
Oh, misses for a ball.
Got this 17.
And expect Kennedy to throw a lot of strikes here, as he's really the main relief guy in for Southwest when they're in a jam and they want to get out of it.
Next pitch, a bunt attempt. That one's going to roll back behind home plate. Count moves to 1-1. With no outs, looking to simply move your guys into second and third. Kalinsky, that triple last time, he can swing it pretty hard. So bunt, put it down. Third baseman charging. Mosley throws it to first. It gets past first base. Gustafson will score from third. Here comes Polkabreck throwing to home, and he's safe. So Kalinsky on second. 2 runs come across for the Midwest Plains, and it is now 4-2 in the top of the 4th inning.
So a 2-run bunt single and advancing on the throw from right field. That's the way you do it right there, young man. Kalinsky now giving Midwest Plains a 2-run lead.
Kalinsky going to be the MVP with that kind of performance. First pitch, the foul tip by Mapes. But Mosley charging all the way to third base. That ball was on the right part of the field, and Mosley charged all the way from third base, trying to pick it up, throw it to first. The bowler just wasn't able to come up with it. The 0-1 is Bates will dribble that one back to Mosley. Mosley bare hand over to first, and that's going to be an errant throw as Kalinsky will come home. And Mapes will be safe at second base. So back-to-back errant throws from Mosley over a bowler. And it is now 5-2 the Midwest Plains. They're here at the top of the 4th inning, and there are still no outs.
Mosley making a good bare hand attempt there over at third base. What I didn't like, though, is the double clutch in the glove before the throw over to first. He didn't have quite the amount of time as a hard ground ball to his side as he would on this running in bunt attempt there from Mapes, who's now standing on second.
Wolferson standing in the box. That one's a bouncer at home plate. last time up, flew out. Also looking for his first hit of the day. If he can put it in the right place, so have himself an RBI as well. The 1-0. He'll hit that one over to short. Throw it to first for the out. But he did move Mapes over to third base, so job done. As the Midwest Plains will be looking to get another run in to extend their lead. The new pitcher from Highmark coming up.
98, Hudson Henry.
So Henry facing his first batter. A big swing and a miss for strike one. He's looking to drive the one in deep into the outfield.
That was a nice
for a home run as well.
That was a nice high fastball there from Kennedy. Power versus power. We'll see who's prevailing.
And it'll be an error by the third baseman. And Henry will be safe at first.
You have to watch the ball into your glove there, as that's the second error by Mosley this inning.
Oh, scratch that. That'll be the third error by Mosley. He had 2 errant throws over to first and then bobbled that one in his glove. So he's had a tough time at third base as Matthew Dick is coming up for the Midwest Plains. 1-2, runner stealing second, and Henrik is safe at second base.
If McRee didn't double clutch that, I do think they could have got Henrik from second.
I think McRee had second thoughts, trying not to force that one over to second, still to get up another run. But that one's down low for a ball. Runners on second and third with 1 out. So the usual double play situation kind of out of the bag now. And that one's up high and a swing and a miss for strike 2.
Matthew upset to himself on that one. High fastball. You got to lay off those there. Find your pitch here now. Down in the hole, 1-2. So expect a curveball here.
1-2. They were driving one down the third base side, but it's gonna roll foul.
But instead, he'll come with a fastball. Interesting here. Kennedy sticking with mostly fastballs in this 4th inning. And Kennedy just kind of, it's a tough time being out there when your infield's not making the plays they have to be making. So keeping him out here for more than 3 outs, it can't be fun for Kennedy, whereas he's making his pitches.
Next pitch, misses for a ball. Runners on second and third. The 2-2 to Dick. Foul tip, staying alive.
Barely getting a piece of that curveball there. But nevertheless, he'll get another 2-2 count here.
You got this, 7. Keep going now, 7.
2-2 down low. Count's got to run full. 3-2-1 out. Runners on second and third.
Now would have been another run there for the Midwest Plains team if McRee didn't stop that one from rolling to the backstop.
The 3-2. Wasn't that one go by for ball 4? And the bases will be juiced for the Midwest Plains.
So Ryland Kennedy only recording 1 out here in this 4th inning. Now having to dig himself out of this bases-loaded jam.
Zinker will drive that one into center field, shallow center field, and it will drop for a hit. 1 run will score. And Dick will be out at second base. It's just kind of that no man's land area.
Heads-up play there by Riley to get the force out at second. If you're going to let in a run, you might as well get an out in the process. So a big 4th inning for Midwest as they've scored 1 in the second and 4 in the 4th. And 1 in the 3rd on 8 hits and no errors.
6-2, the Midwest Plains leads. Runners on the corner with 2 outs. Peterson getting ready to go.
Keep going now, 16.
Had a double his last time up. Big swing and a miss down low for strike one.
You got this 1-6. Hey, get closed all the way, G.
Peterson's going to want to shorten up his swing there. A little long for the hard-throwing Kennedy.
Top of the fourth, 0-1 count with 2 outs with runners on first and second. That one down low for ball 1.
You got this 1-6.
Another swing and a miss. That'll be strike 2.
And again, a little tardy on that fastball. Peterson now behind 1-2. I would expect Kennedy to stick with the heat here.
1-2, 2 outs. That one on the inside for ball 2.
Instead, will come with the curveball. I'm not sure if I like that call there, Jared. Peterson can't catch up to the fastball. And I really do. If you were to throw another one here, you could get him swinging.
Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runners on base. Peterson swing and a miss. And that'll be a strikeout. That will end the top of the 4th inning. But the Midwest Plains pitches 4 runs across. And Southwest, kind of funny. I don't think Southwest realized that there were 2 outs.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of realized the same thing. The ball is being thrown back to the pitcher.
That's also the kind of inning it's been for Southwest. 3 errors. 3 errors for Southwest, bringing home a couple of runs for the Midwest Plains. It's tough to swallow. So as a defense, you the coach talking to his team, giving up 3 errors, giving up 4 runs in that inning. What do you think he's saying to his players over at Southwest?
You know, it's got to be tough. At this point, you're in the loser's bracket. Just have fun at this point. You know, that's the only way you're going to get these runs back, especially if you're the Southwest team now, kind of starting to get a little later in this game and only have 9 more outs to play with here. Of course, third baseman for Southwest just going to have to shake that one off, as I believe he'll be up first here.
A great game going on between New England and Ohio Valley. Still 0-0, but at least for Ohio Valley, they have 2 hits. New England with no hits at all. So a no-hitter going on behind us on field 2.
Now, how many pitchers have they gone through? Is it a combine or just the same guy in? I want to see.
Well, for New England, Ohio Valley on that side of the field, for Ohio Valley, they've used Jackson Jett through 5 innings, 58 pitches, giving up no hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts, and a walk.
Wow.
As New England's been through 2 pitchers, and the first pitcher did pretty good. He went 3 2/3, only got 2 hits, 1 strikeout, 3 walks. Then again, it's still 0-0, so both pitchers doing well between Ohio Valley and New England.
Jackson Jett, though, my goodness, already no-hitter. He's the one contender I really feel could beat out Hernandez for the pitcher of the week and pitcher of the game that we've seen thus far. Of course, Hernandez with that 8 strikeout game, and now right back here with Jett, a possible no-hitter, but we don't want to talk about that one too much there, Jared.
Yeah, making sure we don't jinx him over there. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, the Midwest Plains lead 6-2 over Southwest. Pickford will be up next for Southwest. Last time up, he flew out to center field.
Now, 9-8. You got this.
Keep going if you need to, kid. We got to give you a step straight.
As the head coach for Southwest coming out, we're going to make a couple of changes.
Mike, we got bad lineup changes for
As the heat continues to come down here in Phenix City. Update on the weather. 87 degrees. Feels like 93, so it's getting there. Sun's out and bright. And congratulations to everybody who will be in attendance today. Rain has moved out of the forecast.
And that is a beautiful thing to hear there, Jared.
First pitch, swing and a miss down low for strike 1.
We've had enough of that over the past 4 days.
A little bit of tears in my eyes reading that. 0-1 to Pickford. Down low for a ball, 1-1.
Over 5 hours of weather delay so far in this tournament. We don't want to see any more of it. But the more important thing, we are on schedule in bracket play.
Next pitch up high, misses for ball 2. Coming up after this game, you're able to catch this one on field 1 of the Indiana and Pacific Northwest. We'll be on the call for that game. Pittsburgh check swing.
And did not go around there, so that'll be ball 3.
3-1. He'll drive the one into left field, going back, and it's off the wall. Pivot rounds first, going to second, and he's safe. Close one for Pittsburgh.
Did you see that throw in by Pulverbreck? My goodness, he almost got Pickford at second base there on that ball off the wall.
I was scared because not only was the ball going to go over the fence, it looked like I saw the truck back there. He didn't know I was scared for the truck. First pitch misses up high for a ball. It's McRee, the catcher, coming up with a runner in scoring position on second base. It's a big double by Pickford. As McRee will hit that one, it's a high sky ball. Shawsky coming over from short. Catcher one is shallow left for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, if any cars are going to be hit here at this ballpark, you're going to need to hit a ball about 250 feet just to make it to the parking lot itself. And you can see out there in deep left that not many people choose to park out there, especially with the power from some of these hitters that they've seen here this weekend.
Swing and a miss for strike 1.
So Bowler, the big righty here, looking to do some more damage. And of course, get these runs back for Southwest.
Next pitch up high and inside for another ball. So 1-1. Put on second. As the Meridian, Mississippi team trying to get something going. As that one misses for a ball. The wind picking up here, so much so that Southwest's name on the scoreboard is falling off.
Yeah, all the flags there in the outfield blowing to the left side.
Next pitch, still gonna miss, a big one for strike 2. Two, 1 out, runner on second. Bowler hit that one straight to third, and Kolitsky not able to come up with it. Throw in, runners will be at the corners.
And Klinsky, I don't blame him for getting out of the way of that one. That was a hot shot down the line. Didn't really want to get square, just kind of olayed it a little bit, but I don't blame him again.
Runners on the corner with 1 out.
Xavier Thompson.
And honestly, I would expect Bowler just to steal second here.
Xavier Thompson seeing his first bit of action here in the bottom of the 4th. Hit that one down the third base side, rolls foul. Bowler at first, Pickford at third. Need 4 runs, and Xavier Thompson looking to keep the rally going. He'll hit that one into center field. That'll be caught. And a big throw in to home. Pickford will be safe at home. And Bowler will move to second. Goes back to first, and he's safe. May have left a little bit too early.
And I think he forgot how many outs there were. There's only 1 out, and of course on a fly ball to center field, if you catch it, you do have to tag up from your respective bag. And the throw back in time, of course, not in time to get Bowler.
Jace Wood steps into the box with 2 outs, runner on first. And it's out 6-3, the Midwest Plains. Was watches the next one go by for ball 2. 2-0 Will to hit that one over the short. Throw over the second, be in force. And that'll be the third out of the inning. So 1 run comes across for Southwest, but we'll hit the top of the 5th as Midway Plains keeps a 3-run lead. You're watching the Cairo 10U World Series here on CTVBeam and YouTube Live.
Hey, I'm gonna zoom in on that scoreboard just so you can see it real quick. Look at that sign. It's falling down halfway. Trying to make it look like I'm actually getting a shot, but still. Yeah, dude, it's great. So much better. Well, you definitely do it with the umbrella on the other side. Just put the umbrella down, you'll be fine.
Keep working, Ralph.
If I had a little bit more height on it.
I believe so. Yeah. Not my job.
Good hard hit.
Yeah, me too. Because then we start delaying for that, and then rain can start one after the other. Okay, okay. Hell no. No.
Welcome back to the Cairo 10U World Series here in Phenix City, Alabama. As the Midway Plains lead 6-3 in the top of the 5th inning. We'll give you an update between New England and Ohio Valley. Ohio Valley pushes across 3 in the bottom of the 5th, and they got bases loaded with 1 out. So Ohio Valley is starting to put some runs up on New England. New England with only 3 outs left. Lasowski coming up for the Midwest Plains. First pitch, he'll hit that one into the gap, and that'll fall for a base hit.
Oliver not wanting to see Kennedy's curveball, so he's just going to take that first pitch and drive it into right center field for an easy base hit.
Come on, Josh.
Of course. Leadoff hit for the Midwest Plains, and the bats stay hot.
Crowd here for the Midwest team really getting into it.
Gustafson up next for the Midwest Plains. 1 for 2, had a single in the 4th. He's one of the 6 runs that come across the plate for the Midwest Plains.
You got this 6.
1-0. He'll drive that one to short. Fielder, throw to second for 1. Throw to first, not in time. So the fielder's choice, Gustafson will be at first for 1 out. Polkabreck up next. He is 1 for 2. He had a single in the 4th inning as well, part of that rally. Polkabreck, the bunt pulls back. That was by McRee. And Gustafson will be safe at second base.
Polkerbeck 1 for 2 on the day with 1 strikeout and 1 run scored.
Brett, one attempt, in danger of popping out at third base. But he'll miss it, and he'll come back and try to do it again. The 1-1. Hooker puts down another great bunt on the third base side. Now also roll foul. So, bunt attempt looks like it's going to be off now. And looks like they're trying to attack Mosley. Remember, Mosley had 3 errors in that big inning, last inning in the top of the 4th.
Hey, quick hands here, Kyle.
Just trying to make him make a play. So it's 1-2. Hooker hit that one to second, throw to first, and he's out. But he does move the runner over to third base.
A productive out there for the Midwest team, just trying to move runners over, get them in scoring position, and he's ever so important insurance runs if you can get him home. Southwest is just going to have to claw back out of a bigger hole.
So Phenix is up. Done a bang-up job today. As they hit the one down the third base side, that'll be hit third hit of the day, and another run score for the Midwest Plains. It's now 7-3 on an RBI single by Phenix. So with a triple and then back-to-back singles, he's done a great job for today's game. I know who's going to be getting MVP.
Number 2. Mate.
First pitch misses up high for ball 1. For Mapes, had a single in the second and reaching on the air in the 4th. The 1-0. Foul one off to the right side.
Huddy, step right back up this, dude. Come on, Hud. Going down, too.
The 1-1. Fouls off out of bounds. Back to back, comes up in the hole 1 and 2. Here comes the 1-2. Up high, good eye. The deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first with a 7-3 lead at the top of the 5th inning. That one's down low, just away from the catcher. And Phenix will be safe at second base.
Right here, dudes. Come on, bud.
So now it's a full count situation with a runner in scoring position. As the Southwest manager is out of the dugout. Probably looking to check on his catcher. But the ball may have caught him on an unprotected part of his arm or shoulder, maybe.
How to give me line drive down that way, buddy. Get him in.
Making sure he's okay.
Yeah, player safety out here, especially this weekend and throughout the tournament, is very important to the umpires and, of course, the parents of these kids. They want to make sure everyone's okay and can continue to play and have fun out here in this heat.
And that was going to be a single right over the shortstop's glove, and that's going to be an RBI single for Mapes. A great piece of hitting right over Reed's outstretched glove, and it is now 8-3 Midwest Plains.
Let's go, baby.
So got a pinch hitter, Benson, coming into the play for the Midwest Plains. Everybody
Number 8, Bennett Benson.
getting some playing time for the Midwest Plains. the 3 with Mapes on first. Benson trying to go to work with 2 outs. First pitch above the head, trying to pick off Mapes at first. They don't get away from the first baseman. Mapes back in safe.
So 11 hits here on the day for the Midwest team. They just keep tacking them on here, especially now in this 5th inning.
Next pitch down low for ball 2.
Hey, having fun, Bennett.
We're in the Ironman bracket of this Cal Ripken 10U World Series. It's just to have fun out here now.
Hit the foul tip. Count's going to move to 2-1.
Of course, both these teams in the losers bracket losing their first bracket play game yesterday. So winner moves on and loser will go home in this double elimination format.
2-1. Benson drives that one to short. Reed comes up, throw it to first. And that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. But the Midwest Plains puts up 2 more runs in the top of the 5th. And we'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning as Southwest will look to get something going with 6 outs remaining.
Jared, how's that no-hitter going?
Well, it's going pretty well. Well, not anymore. As they just literally got a hit in the top of the 6th inning. So the no-hitter is gone for Ohio Valley.
But tell me about that 8-run 5th inning. My goodness.
Well,
Ohio Valley.
They scored 8 runs. I don't know how much more you went out of that.
Man, putting on a big show there.
Ohio Valley scores 8 in the bottom of the 5th. And with the win, Ohio Valley will move on to face the loser of New Jersey and Connecticut. That game later today at 5:30. Coming up for us after this game, as it's getting down to its twilight minutes, Idaho and North Carolina will be later today. For us, it will be Indiana and Pacific Northwest. That'll be at 3 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock local.
And it's especially hot out here today, approaching 90 degrees. I'm sure feeling a lot hotter outside. Umpires need to make sure they stay hydrated. I respect you guys there. Out in the sun all day, we're in this shade. We're thankful for that.
Definitely a hot one in Phenix City. Currently feels like 95. It's climbing as we're going to reach 2 o'clock local time here in Alabama. But, you know, compared to the other days, it hasn't been too terribly bad. There was a couple of days ago where it didn't rain, and it got down to, or got up to about 100 degrees. Well, both teams trying to stay hydrated. As we continue our trek into the bottom of the 5th inning. As this will be a pinch hitter and Martin coming up for Southwest.
At bat, number 28, Jack Martin.
So this will be a first at bat for Jack Martin. First pitch. Shows bunt, pulls back. Good eye for ball 1.
Southwest now down to their last 6 outs here. They need to score 5 runs if they're going to want to stay in it.
Shows bunt, pulls back again for ball 2. Puts down the bunt. A little foul. He's facing a 2-1 count. Still ahead 2-1. Who watch that go by for a call strike. So 2-2. To the leadoff batter, Martin. Good eye. That was on the outside for ball 3. And Martin hit that one, and it'll fall. Oh, it's going to be caught by Peterson. Oh, great job of Peterson charging and catching that one for the first out of the inning.
Fall right into Peterson's glove. He almost got that one down, though.
A half step later, and that one would have been a base hit single for Martin. And
That'd have
now it'll be Riley coming out of the bat.
That'd have been a nice leadoff man to have there.
First pitch to Riley, who drives him on third base. And that was a hard one for Kolinsky to come up with, as Riley will be safe at first. A little tough hopper at third base.
It's not called the hot corner over there on that third base side for nothing.
Number 2, Jake Lee.
Some of these fielders not wanting to get too much in front of that ball, as these balls are being hit hard.
Jake Lee drives that one between the gap. And now the runners on first and second with one out. And so now an interesting situation. You got one out, and the home run hitter from in the first inning, we had a 2-run home run. Sullivan Reed is up. They did intentionally walk him last time. Don't look like they'll do it here. They're going to throw at him. First pitch, in there for a strike. So you have a 5-run lead. Got one out. You don't need to walk him. Next pitch, up high for a ball. That's Reed. That one skied in the outfield, going back at the center fielder, and that'll be caught against the wall for the second out of the inning. Ball
And that is a great catch there.
And runners will be at the corner with 2 outs.
Peterson, the catch up against the wall. And they're going to double him up at second.
And that's going to be 3 outs as we'll try to figure out what exactly happened.
I believe I do know there was a great catch made in center field, but Riley didn't know that that ball had been caught, so he was rounding third and did not tag back up, so that's going to be a double play.
Well, they're going to bring him back out. They're going to say he caught it. It's going to be 2 outs.
Interesting.
But he did tag back up.
I didn't think he tagged up, Jared. I think we'll want to get an explanation on this. I'm a little bit confused here because after that great catch, of course.
I think just simply he tagged up.
So that means now the question will be if Riley is awarded home.
Well, he was going to third, but then he was going home when he rounded, came back when he saw the ball come in, and then they stepped on second when the coaches told him, hey, touch second. He may not have touched it. So I don't think they'll award him home for the sole fact that he went back and stood at third base. I think it'll be too much to say, hey, let him have home.
You can't assume it. I see.
When he obviously went back to third base and the ball was thrown back in.
So a little bit of confusion and no runs will score here.
Number 31, Rylan Kennedy.
So Kennedy will step up. Runners on the corner. First pitch gets away from the catcher. And here comes Riley. Now he's going to go back to third. So he thought about it. Thought about it for a quick second. The count is now 1-0 with runners on the corner.
Smart decision there by Riley, turning back around. That kind of had to carry him off the backstop, and they would have easily got him at the plate.
Next ball down low for a ball. As in that confusion, Lee did go to second, so it's runners on second and third. The 2-2 up high. The count is now 3-0 with runners on second and third. The 3-0 in there for a called strike. 3-1. Kennedy drives the one deep in the center field, and that'll be caught by Peterson for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs come across in the bottom of Pittsburgh Southwest as we'll head to the top of the 6th inning as the Midwest Plains leads 8-3. Take a quick break and we'll come back. We'll have more Calvert from 10U World Series Baseball here on CTVBeam and YouTube Live.
Hey, keep working just like that. Go. Balls in. You're good, bud. Balls in. Balls in. Who you guys got down there? What you guys think?
I'll check. Hold on, I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the top of the 6th inning as the Midwest Plains leads 8-3 as Henrik comes up, foul tip. The count is now 0-1. An update on the game behind us as the next pitch, Henrik will hit that one over to second base, throw to first. That'll be the 1st out of the inning. Ohio Valley with a 1-hit shutout as they will advance. So New England is the first team to pack their bags as they are done here in Phenix City. So great job by New England coming down and representing. As the next pitch by Dick will be fouled off to the backstop. So Ohio Valley will be playing their next game tomorrow at 12:30. And they'll face the loser of Connecticut and New Jersey. Here comes the 0-1. As Dick will hit that one in the center field, and that'll be caught for the quick 2nd out of the inning.
At bat, number 14, Max Zinker.
Zinker up the bat for the Midwest Plains as they have a 5-run lead. First pitch. Zinker swinging a miss, a little bit up high for strike 1. Zinker fouled that one off. Looked like he fouled off his left leg. And a little bit of pain. I'll try to walk it off. But he'll step back in. But an 0-2 count.
It's going now 1-4.
Zinker fouls the one off to the backstop. Now stays at 0-2. The 0-2. Above the head for ball one. 1-2. Up high for ball two. Good eye last couple of pitches.
It's going down 1-4. Good eye.
Down low for ball three.
Keep fighting, Max.
So was in the 0-2 hole, worked it back to 3-2. Looking to get a free base for a base hit. Hit that one over to short. Throw to first for the third out of the inning. As we'll head to the bottom of six, Southwest down to the final 3 outs. As we keep it here. So the winner of this game will move on to 12:30 tomorrow. They're going to be on field one. And Aiden and myself will be on the call. The winner, right now lining up to be the Midwest Plains, will be playing the loser of Idaho and North Carolina. Coming up is Idaho versus North Carolina. That'll be at 5:30. Before that, we'll also be broadcasting Indiana and Pacific Northwest. That game will be in about an hour. Game slated for 3 o'clock local time, 3 o'clock Eastern, as Indiana Pacific Northwest look to square off. For Indiana, they lost 8-2 against Pacific Southwest yesterday. And for Pacific Northwest, a 9-3 loss to Alabama. And also it'll be Southeast and Phenix City at 3 o'clock as well on field 2. In the Midwest Plains and Pacific and Southwest, as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Pickford will be up for Southwest with only 3 outs to go. First pitch in there for a strike. A new pitcher for the Midwest Plains, Zink, coming in. Looking to close out the game for Midwest. Swinging the rest of strike 2. So just like that, Pickford in the hole 0-2. As Pickford will drive that one into the gap in the outfield. And that one looks to be trouble. As still around first, go to second. So stand-up double for Pickford to lead off the bottom of the 6th.
Zink on that 0-2 pitch got a little bit too much of the plate there. And of course, it's Pigford making him pay. Pigford, now with the big day, that's his 2nd hit.
McRee steps into the box to face Zink, first pitch, and therefore a called strike. Next pitch up high, misses for a ball.
Come on, Lando.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. Still trying to battle back, get that first out of the inning.
Go, kiddo. Go get him, buddy.
The 1-2. And they got him swinging for the first out. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Retiring at 3.
Big pitch there and a bigger strikeout there for Landon Zink. He's got 5 runs to play with here, so the runner on second, he's really not too worried about.
Bowler will be the next batter for Southwest. On the day, Bowler has 2 singles. And then for a call strike 1, Zink doing a great job of getting that first pitch strike. The 0-1. In there for strike 2. Bowler thought he had a ball. The 0-2. A swing and a miss up high. Back-to-back strikeouts.
At bat, number 1, Xavier Thompson.
And Xavier Thompson with 2 outs. He could be the last batter for Southwest here in the tournament. Swing and a miss up high for strike 1. Coming up after the award ceremony, Aiden will be talking to a couple of the award recipients in Sullivan Reed and Kaylin Kornitsky. Both of them having outstanding games for their respective teams. As Reed will hit that one into left field, that'll be caught. And the Midwest Plains defeat Southwest 8-3 as they will advance to the next game at 12:30 tomorrow. A great job by the Midwest Plains and a great showing by Southwest. They had just tough back-to-back games, losing to a walk-off against Idaho. And then they had the lead early in the first with a 2-run shot by Reed. After that, it's just been tough for Southwest to manufacture a comeback. Nonetheless, a great job by both teams. As the teams line up to receive their awards, and it will be Sullivan Reed and Kaylin Kloninsky, and our broadcast partner and Anna Kowalski will be talking to them coming up. So stand by for the award ceremony.
Alright guys, is that stream over? Okay.
Just for a quick interview, just want to do a quick camera here.
I'm zooming in on them. Are you getting sound? What? Is he muted? Hey, somebody get him unmuted. He's already up there. Yeah.
He's going right now.
Somebody get out there.
Oh, I'm doing right.
Jared, you're the one who wanted to do.
I botched that one. My bad, guys. Good game, my man. Yeah, I did get you guys mixed up. My bad. I got them so mixed up. That was bad. Yeah, your mic is off. Oh, my mic was off? They could not hear you. Shit, whatever. I suck at interviews. God damn it.